from the City of Presidents. It's the All About Quincy podcast. This is your host, John Melly. Join me as we explore the history, hidden gems, and highlight the businesses with great stories that all tell the tale why Quincy, Massachusetts is a great place to live. Hey, it's John. How are you today? Thank you for listening and spending some time with me. I do appreciate it very much. Before I get into the meat of the episode, I want to give a shout out to our listeners from around the world. We have listeners in India, Ireland, and in Brussels, Belgium. And most folks are listening in the United States, and obviously most folks are listening right here in Massachusetts and Quincy and the surrounding environs. But I just wanted to give a shout out to everybody around the world who are listening to this show. Thank you. Drop us a line, send us an email, go to allaboutquincypodcast.com and tell us where you're from and what you like and what you want to hear about. Perhaps you lived in Quincy and you need a taste of home. Let us know what you want to hear and we will try and make that happen. I just wanted to say that before I dove into the episode. This is going to be a short episode and it is going to be a different episode from my previous episodes. I want to share with you a piece that I produced 20 years ago after the terror attacks of 9/11. I don't need to remind anyone that that terrible day happened 20 years ago. And like many of you, I'm sure, was personally touched by those events. I had a high school friend, Ted Hennessy, who was on the first plane into the World Trade Center. And I want to remember him. Ted was we grew up together. We were in Cub Scouts together. His father was the pack leader. And we had several classes together, like gym classes. He was a year older than I. We were in band together. We both played the tenor saxophone in marching band and clarinet section in concert band in high school. And he worked for a company that developed software that my parents used in their business. And so I kind of lost touch with him after high school. He graduated a year before I did. But I remember Ted as, first of all, extremely bright and funny and a really talented musician. And he had a wife and a couple of kids, and I knew his parents. And I just wanted to remember him. But what I want to share with you is a piece I produced 20 years ago. It's called The Firefighters. And I felt the need to do something after September 11th. It was just such a difficult time. There were so many emotions we felt, and I poured my energy into what I do, production. And so this is dedicated to all our first responders, our firefighters, our police officers, our ambulance drivers, our tow truck drivers who rescue people off the sides of the highways, stranded on the roads. This is for you. I want you to know you're appreciated and valued, and we thank you for doing what you do for us every day. So I'm going to share this piece with you. You will hear some voices from 20 years ago, and we'll just leave it there. And that's going to be the show. So let's just go into the piece now. I hope you enjoy it. And stay safe, stay healthy. Let's be kind to one another. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.
Today our nation saw evil, the very worst of human nature, and we responded with the best of America. With the daring of our rescue workers, with the caring for strangers and neighbors who came to give blood and help in any way they could.
In an era when heroes are hard to find, few would dispute that firefighters are America's heroes.
Our guys are hopeful that we're going to, find some people in there that we can pull out and save.
The work is far from over. It'll be weeks, it'll be days, it'll be months. The area is still covered with debris, soot, and ash.
Their work is certainly cut out for them.
From the time they leave the academy, every firefighter understands the next alarm may be their last.
In terms of the people we're looking for, it's a couple of hundred firefighters and police officers, which is a staggering number. As far as the number of people in the building, That'll be in the thousands. We're going to keep praying and hoping that we save as many people as possible.
While firefighters are buried in the rubble, other firefighters are still busy trying to put the fires out.
What we're really beginning to see now is fatigue setting in. They have been here since 9 a.m. yesterday morning, going on 20 hours of straight work, then add the emotion to that. There are reports now that 300 are missing and presumed dead, and yet they have to work through this.
A hero is an average citizen who does something extraordinary to help someone else in need. A hero is a firefighter who runs into a burning building, never once thinking of himself. And if you want to find one of those heroes, all you have to do is look next door at your neighbor or your uncle, or perhaps across the breakfast table at your own dad.
We will find the people responsible for these cowardly acts, and justice will be done.
The emotions and the adjectives that all of us try to emote in terms of dealing with the situation, a lot of times people just have to turn to their God.
Today, we are still in need of blood. All of New York is in need of blood donation.
The response stretches all around the country.
All along the side street here, trucks, flatbed trucks, a half dozen of them, loaded with lumber for makeshift stretchers, a string of huge open trucks to carry away the rubble, and lights, huge trailers of lights to enable this work to go round the clock for days ahead.
And always remember that they made a difference in this world because they died doing something that mattered.
There is hope that more people can be found. There's always hope. There's always hope. There's always